The following presentation is a group project made for the course of Principles of Testing and Assessment at Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University, Dubai. The project is about program pilot test for e-learning. We're going to explore 6 focus points throughout these slides, and we will highlight how these points were adopted to implement a pilot test for e-learning. We will start by explaining what is a proactive program. Then we will explain the steps of the implementation of e-learning in a high school. We will explore the models we use to make the evaluation of the program. After that, we will go through the data collection approach, then the alignment of the missions and goals and the objectives with the context of this pilot test. Finally, we will talk about the benchmarks and the evaluation process we've made on the launch of the program. We chose to use proactive program evaluation because it is the type of evaluation that we need to apply before the implementation. This is to ensure that the learner will receive an effective program tailored to his learning objectives and goals. Our team was called to evaluate and implement an effective online learning for high school students, grade 11, 12, and 13. The purpose of this shift is to reduce the load on classrooms, to pilot the program experience on 30 students in language modules before that the school expands the new program to other grades. The innovative experience is considered one of the rare in the region, which is a bonus element for the school. We tried to allocate a model of work to our evaluation, and the readings we consulted were focusing on 2 models, ADDIE and CIPP model. As we know, ADDIE model is known for being the design model, even though Wikipedia considers it as an effective model for evaluating the program, as the evaluation phase is in the center of the whole process.
The CIPP model is mentioned by the literature as the evaluation program model, and we try to provide to the faculty of the school the ADDI model, and to build the evaluation program on the CIPP model through 4 stages. The 4 stages are as follows. First of all, the context stage, where we need to find what does the school need exactly from this e-learning program, what are the objectives and goals of the school board. The second stage, the input phase, where we plan the program to find the exact elements we need to consider. The third stage, the process phase, where we have to define our action plan, which is starting the pilot test. The fourth stage is the product phase, where we analyze the data collected to find the expected outcomes from our pilot plan. In the research methodology, we use quantitative and qualitative research approach, like to collect data from the faculty by using PALSI inventory, evaluation of the instructor checklist, needs assessments, ratings, and open-ended and closed-ended questions. These 2 types of collections can provide validation for each other and create a solid foundation for drawing conclusions about the interventions. The results of our research helped us answer the 4 questions proposed by Kirkpatrick evaluation model, and that we will elaborate later in this presentation. In the alignment of the objectives and goals with the context, we had to restructure the content of the learner, like providing new resources, renewal of the information to match the new platform of e-learning, designing new courses, and implementing new school rules about plagiarism and cheating. Then, to review the goals and the outcomes, like to redirect the learning to a self-paced learning with a lot of thinking strategies and knowledge building instead of learning the given materials of the class teacher. In the situated learning, we had to connect the learning content with the new environment of the online student by connecting the activities to the real-life problems and making the learner's input valuable.
In online learning, students need to contribute meaningful questions and answers by being accurate and providing authentic work, and also to work collaboratively to build knowledge. Then we had to ensure that the students are able to use the required technology, to manage their resources shared, and to use appropriate online language. This is why we provided the pilot team with a list of online terminologies to be used while interacting with each other. In the faculty adaptability, we tried to evaluate the ability of faculty to shift from classroom teachers to an online course guiders by providing trainers and providing pulse inventory and checklist to let them evaluate their own performances and capabilities. Finally, we made sure to implement new assessments linked to the outcome of the students. This is to change their thinking from passive receiver to a critical thinker. The assessment chosen by the school are more productive assessments, such as portfolios, discussion forums, and synchronized interviews. This is to encourage high order thinking skills. In the ethical considerations, we made sure to provide each student from the pilot test group with all the necessary information and to explain to them clearly their rights and duties during and after the pilot test.
To provide the feedback on the pilot test, we used Kirkpatrick's evaluation model benchmarks before the needs assessment and after the pilot test, in which we used checklists and policy as mentioned earlier in these slides. These benchmarks helped us answer the following questions. For the results, did the pilot test impact the school and the administration? For the behavior, did the behavior of the learners change during or after the pilot test? For the learning, did the pilot test impact the school and the administration? And for the reaction of the learner, did the learners like the new e-learning experience?
We're deploying the pilot test in real time. What we need from this stage is to detect any technical problems in the system when used online, to evaluate the effectiveness of the curriculum in motivating the students, covering the required syllabus, and measuring the effectiveness of faculty in guiding the students, and in animating the sessions. This also helps in studying the ability of all students to understand the objective of the course and to react with meaningful answers. We used national benchmarks to measure the quality of the online program and courses through the following 6 benchmarks. The first one is to provide equitable opportunities to all participants and to give them equal chances to succeed. The second, stakeholders should interact with the learners and instructors to form a community of learners. Third, to connect the program with the academic performances of the students. Fourth, provide personalized experience to each learner. Fifth, students must have good motivation to show interest and engagement through attendance and participation. The last but not least, 6. Student and faculty must collaborate together to build trust into the community of learners.